Hello crypto geeks, and welcome to another exciting video. Have some great news for you guys today, but before I start, please, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you click that subscribe button, and if you've not clicked like, do that now. Helps me out. With that said, I'm not a financial or a legal advisor. Always do your own research. With that said, today is a huge day. Today is the day that marks the deposition of Mr. Hinman, the previous executive from the SEC, commissioner to be exact. And today he will be questioned by Ripple. Now, as you have probably heard, this is not something that the specific transcript cannot be sent or distributed publicly. This is a private deposition, but we will be hearing some portions of the transcript throughout various documents in the coming week to 2 weeks to month, depending on how this lawsuit goes. We only have about a month left of the initial stage of discovery for that to end, so that's good news. And we're looking at a good market over the last couple of days, so that's great. Now I want to bring your attention to something very specific here, and there's been rumors that Amazon was considering using cryptocurrencies as a means of payment. Now, fact is, and let's talk about the facts first before we get into the speculation and analysis. So fact is, Amazon actually had posted a position particularly for a cryptocurrency expert within their payment division. And they were looking for someone that was enthusiastic about cryptocurrency and can look at integration of cryptocurrencies within their system. Now, people looked at that and said, okay, based on that, obviously Amazon is looking at accepting cryptocurrency. When you bring somebody with knowledge of cryptocurrency within their payment division, that can, to a wise person signal that they're looking to use it as a means of payment. Now, Amazon, there was a lot of talk, and remember, cryptocurrency, particularly within the United States, and Amazon is an American company, within the United States has no clarity, not yet at least. So Amazon, I believe out of fear, but whatever the reason you want to call it, you can call it, but came out and said, these are rumors, and we haven't decided anything as of yet. Now, they didn't say we're not going to be using cryptocurrencies. They didn't say we're not hiring for that position. What they said is we're not looking at using crypto. No, that rumor is inaccurate and doesn't reflect our vision yet. Now, obviously, if you're an American company and you're looking at the SEC and the SEC targeting various institutions that have used cryptocurrencies or that look at cryptocurrencies, you fear being the next target, as MoneyGram, for example, a big deal there. They were threatened by the SEC very clearly, and they were released documents not really against, but they released some information about Ripple because of fear of the SEC. And the SEC has, as is clear to everybody, targeted various cryptocurrencies. One of the ones that they actually ended up winning the case against was about a cryptocurrency that was launched by Telegram. And maybe you recognize that or not, but there was a cryptocurrency that was launched by Telegram and that the SEC sued. Obviously, that Telegram didn't fight it as hard as Ripple is fighting this particular lawsuit, and they didn't have as good of a lawyer and a lawyer team as Ripple does. But again, those companies, out of fear of the SEC, decided to just give in and let go of their cryptocurrencies. And Amazon is not going to risk it. They don't even want probably the headache. So they're probably preparing something in the background, but they're not going to do anything with it until they get some sort of clarity within the United States. And this is part of the big deal and big reason that it's important for the United States to provide clarity, because you're really limiting business. Now, if we said El Salvador accepted Bitcoin as legal tender, if companies decide to base their headquarters or start conducting business from a country that accepts cryptocurrency, which is, what's hot right now. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, it's about cryptocurrencies. You can look at, as simple as your closest convenience store. I know my mechanic shop now has it. So this is really the hot the hot entity of this era is cryptocurrencies. So we're really missing out on business, but I think we're really winding to, getting that clarity, and it looks like we're going to be getting it soon, particularly with the deposition of Mr. Hinman. Now, you can see the market. People were saying that the market turned red. It had gone up 10, 15. I believe Bitcoin was at about 15% gains yesterday. And then we started seeing a bit of red, 5% to 8% of red, throughout the crypto, including Bitcoin, dropping from, I believe it was at a high of 40,500 or something around there. It dropped down to about 37. And people were saying, oh, this is because of the Amazon rumor. Now, I'm not sure if I made it clear in my last video, but I will make it very clear on this one. And I made it clear on my Twitter and on Discord. And if you're not following me on those, 100% you should be, because you'll get the latest information. So my Twitter is CryptoGeek News. Discord, the link is in the description. But those gains had nothing to do with Amazon, particularly because it's not solid news. And when you go up $5,000 or $6,000 in a matter of a day or two, it's based on something solid, even in a volatile market like the market we're in. And what goes to further prove that is what's happening today. We had that, the rumor cleared up, and Amazon once said, it's a rumor. We're not sure what we're going to do yet with crypto. And the market's still sitting at a very high level compared to a couple of days ago, when it reached lows of $29,000 for Bitcoin. Right now we're still seeing it go to 38. And to just explain to you what happened there, why we seen that drop, you had, again, about $5,000 up in Bitcoin, and even more than that, actually, if you look over the last week. You're going to have some correction, but it's a very limited and low correction. And if you can see today, we're sitting at 38,000. So those gains are to stay. I don't believe we're going to be heading down, the numbers that we had seen last week anytime soon. We're looking at even further gains. And we're holding quite well in this correction at about 38. If you look at the line on the charts, you can see those waves, just to make it, as simple as I can for you, waves consistently bounce off that 38, which looks like we have some support, even if it's not, as big as some people would hear, but we have significant enough support that we are bouncing off that 38, and it looks really, really close to heading over 40. Now, you'll see a lot of analysts will tell you once we cross that $45,000 mark, or even 42, really, you'll start to become very comfortable in us going through a really quick up to hopefully close or even higher than all-time highs at about 60,000 or 65,000. So very good news, guys. And really, again, to me and to anybody that has, any wiseness, if you want to call it that, to them, Amazon posting a position like that really is definitely a signal of them considering crypto. You don't hire somebody, with those particular qualifications in crypto and not have a thought of using crypto. And you don't hire them within your payment division if you're not thinking about what it takes to use crypto as a means of payment. Doesn't mean that they're going to take it in today or tomorrow, but they definitely have that in their thought process. And remember, as had happened with cell phone companies and fast food, every company is trying to be the first to enter the space, because if you're the first, you're going to be the most profitable and you're going to be the most successful. You can look at smartphones, for example. BlackBerry, a big example, is they chose to stick to the pads, typing keyboards, and didn't go into the whole touch screen. And look where BlackBerry sits today in terms of cell phones. So everybody's looking to be the first in this emerging industry, and it's an industry that's going to sit with us for a very, very long time. So I'm sure it's being considered not just by Amazon. I was reading a lot of reports about Twitter as well on Facebook, but the climate in the United States is very scary right now for a lot of these companies, and I think there's going to be more companies starting to shift from out of the United States to encompass and accept cryptos. But once we get this clarity within the United States, which is what everyone's betting on right now with this lawsuit against Ripple, really there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are betting on Ripple winning. And if this goes through, and then Ripple does win, it's really going to change the whole institutional acceptance of crypto. And obviously the focus is 100% going to be on XRP because it's the one that has received the official clarity for cryptocurrency. So good news, guys. I really hope that we get this clarity in the coming days. This deposition is 100% a step, not even a step, 10 steps forward to getting this clarity that we've all been waiting for. And the next thing we wait on is the involvement of XRP holders in this lawsuit. I know we've been waiting on that for quite a bit of time. I think the judge doesn't want to make a decision because it's really going to throw the SEC completely off of the negotiation table. It's really going to give them no negotiation power at all, and they're going to have to give in to whatever Ripple wants. So the judge wants to have a bit of balance on the negotiation table so that they can talk. But really, if the SEC has zero leverage, then this case is dead in its water. And I think the judge knows that, so she wants to give the SEC a bit of leverage, and she wants to be able to pressure the SEC at any point to say, listen, go back to the negotiation table or we're getting XRP holders involved, which really 100% would get the SEC back on the table. And I think that's what's starting to happen right now. You're seeing better negotiation and more discussions between the SEC and Ripple. Let's look to see what happens in the following weeks, guys. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy this type of content, please click that like button and make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you want to be a super helper, please share it on Twitter. Again, the Twitter tag is CryptoGeek News, and the Discord link is in the description. The like button, guys, don't forget that. See you in the next one.